Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. So on today's video, I just want to help someone get it right. Lately, I've been getting a lot of questions about visa and the whole process 2020 because turns out it is quite different from what we did in the previous years. So first off, I want to apologize. If you're going through stress getting your visa, if it's been a stressful process, I want to apologize on behalf of the UK government. The unprecedented times we're in with COVID-19, guidelines keep changing, information keeps changing per minute. So I'm really sorry if your process has been stressful. So all the answers I'm going to give on this video were given to me by the members of my Telegram group. So I have a support group based off my YouTube channel where international students just interact, ask questions. That way you're not alone. So I'm not saying these things from the top of my head. This is information I have gathered from the experiences of a lot of people. So shout out to all the people in my Telegram group. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with me. Okay, so I'm talking about documents you need, the visa processing, quarantine, your COVID-19 certificate, like everything that is specific to traveling in 2020. So let's get started. First thing I'll be talking about is the visa process itself. So presently in Nigeria, I'm not speaking for any other place, but presently in Nigeria, the information I have gathered is that they are not doing in-person interviews right now. So you don't have to go into the TLS contact center or the visa application center to do your interviews. The only thing you would have to go in for is your biometric capturing. That is when they'll take your fingerprint and take a picture of you. But there's no more in the office interview, okay? So what they do now is that they'll offer to have a phone call with you from your house, or they could send you an email if they need any other details. So let me backtrack a bit. Before I go on, I want to make this very clear. With the way the information and guidelines keep changing, the information I give here may not be 100% up to date at the time you're watching it, because you might be watching this video 3 months after I have published it. So ensure you check all the information I'm giving out. But for right now, this is the information that I feel will be beneficial to you. When it comes to your visa application, it's either you go for the self-service option or you go for the assisted option. Assisted means the staff in the visa contact center will help you scan and upload your documents. But when you go for a self-service, it means you will do the scanning and you will upload the documents yourself. So what are the documents that you need to upload? I'm going to carry my paper and read it. Documents you need the bio data of your international passport. You need all your credentials, your WAEC, your transcript, and your degree certificates. You need the statement of account to prove that you have enough funding. You need your birth certificate. You need a sponsorship letter. Like if your parents are sponsoring you, they need to sign the letter, and then you need a copy of their own data page of their international passport, okay? Then you need your tuberculosis test result. You need your CAS letter. These are the documents you would upload, and these other two are optional. Not everyone that has shared their experience with me told me that they uploaded these documents, but you might need to upload your travel history and then your Owanda sheet. So Owanda basically is like an exchange site. It's a document that will confirm that the money you have in naira is equivalent to so and so amount in pounds. You get, it's an exchange site. So yeah, these are the documents that you need. Moving right along, if you choose to go for the assisted service or self-service, once you upload your documents, then you'll be given a date for an appointment. But this appointment is just for your biometric capturing. So when you go for the appointment, they'll capture your fingerprints and take a picture of you, and that will be all. The next thing they'll tell you is they will call you to have an interview with you, or they will send you an email if they need any other thing from you. Now the thing is, it's not everyone that gets the phone call, and it's not everyone that receives like a follow-up email. So if you don't receive a phone call or you don't receive a follow-up email telling you anything about your application, just know that probably there's nothing wrong with your application and you should just be holding on till when you get your passport. But there are some people that get the phone call, and then they have a phone call, they have the proper visa interview via a phone call, or they could send you an email if there's something in your documents that is not complete, or there's something they need clarification about. You could get an email from them, but you may not get any of these two things, and that is fine, okay? It just means maybe your documents are all accurate and it's straightforward and there's no problem. You should just wait for the time when your passport is supposed to be returned to you. When you've submitted your application, you've done the biometric capturing, and then you're waiting for the call or for the email. If you've not gotten a call from the visa application center, or if you've not gotten an email, you can track your application. So if you do the self-service, the site where you upload your documents, you obviously would create a login detail. So you can use that login detail, log in back, and then you can track your application to see the progress with your visa. So you're just aware of what's happening, okay? Another thing I want to say is the reason why, it seems like the process is quite a hassle now is because the visa application center, they are going through like a backlog of applications, because the visa centers were closed for a while and most of them just recently opened. So there's like a backlog of applications that they are all running through. So sorry if you're going through any inconvenience. So after you get your visa, then you can now book your flight. Now, when it comes to flights, I want to mention some important things about flights right now. So there are certain airlines that will require you to provide a COVID-19 certificate, like a test certificate to prove that you don't have COVID-19 before you board the flight. However, in Nigeria, precisely in Nigeria, there are certain hospitals that these airlines are affiliated with. So it's not like you can go and have a test anywhere you want and bring the test result. It may not be accepted. So make sure you check in with your airline and be sure of the affiliated hospital they are working with, and you do the test here. And unfortunately, the test is pretty expensive. I've heard people paid over 50,000 naira, some 60,000 naira for a COVID-19 test, which I feel is just like a rip-off. But you have to do what you have to do just to ensure you're able to fly without hassle. And the thing is, the test certificate has to be 96 hours before your flight. So if your certificate has been more than 96 hours before your flight, you would have to do another test. Okay, so ensure you check in with your airline before you board the flight. Another important thing to mention is when you arrive in the UK, you would need to provide your contact tracing form at the UK border. Now, how do you get this contact tracing form? After you've gotten your visa, after you've booked your flight, that's when you should fill your contact tracing form. The contact tracing form should be filled 48 hours before your flight lands in the UK. I will put the link below to the government website where you can fill your contact tracing form 48 hours before you arrive in the UK. So basically, on this contact tracing form, you need to fill in details of like your flight, your accommodation. They would ask you where would you do your 14 days quarantine in that contact tracing form so that they can know where you are and they can track you. And if you don't fill this form, you can be fined £100 or you might even be denied entry into the UK. So ensure you fill the form. Once you fill the form, they will send you a confirmation email that will have a certificate of your contact tracing, which you can show at the border once you arrive in the UK. Now, another important thing I feel I need to talk about is this 14 days quarantine. Upon arriving in the UK, you would have to quarantine for 14 days just to ensure you don't have any symptoms of COVID-19 or you don't put anybody at risk. So you need to have sorted this out before you arrive in the UK. I know this is quite a hassle. I know of people who have booked accommodations and then in the last minute the accommodations cancel it and they're like, no, you can't quarantine here. So you need to think about this and really think of where you're going to quarantine for the first 14 days upon arrival. I could suggest you book Airbnb, which are usually cheaper than hotels. But I won't lie to you, 14 days to quarantine in a hotel or in an Airbnb is going to be a lot of money. So if you are already booked with your university accommodation, that might be really helpful, because I know for the University of Portsmouth, if you've booked an accommodation with them, they would allow you to quarantine for free for the 14 days, meaning your accommodation contract will not start counting until after your 14 days of quarantine, and you'll start counting your stay there. So it's basically free for you to stay, and I feel most universities would have implemented this also. So my point is just sort out where you're going to stay for the 14 days of quarantine. Another question I get a lot is about spare room, like booking accommodation on spare room. The thing is, what I would advise you, or on any other housing platform, what I would advise is whatever money you pay from outside the UK, ensure there is proof. See what I mean? So ensure you get a document that is signed for whatever money you pay. If you're paying a deposit fee, ensure the landlord sends you a document for you to sign and to state the amount and the agreement that maybe the deposit is refundable before you pay that money. It's just so that you don't have any stories that touch from a real life angle, okay? I'm so sorry if this video is like, if the things I'm saying are just all over the place, but just bear with me and follow through, because I'm also trying to contain all the information I have in my head. How long does it take for you to get your visa? Generally, before COVID-19, it should take 15 working days for a standard visa. Standard visa means the normal visa, but there's something called priority service, which means you pay extra so that your process is faster. And recently the visa application centers just opened up the priority service. For a while they canceled it, but now it's opened up. So if you want to speed things up, you can pay for the priority service, but it's expensive and you need to bear that in mind. But because of COVID-19, because of the situation of things right now, it could take longer. I know of people who have been waiting for 22 days for their visa to arrive, and it has not arrived yet. So just know that it might take longer, and don't panic. And also, if they don't call you, they don't send you an email, don't panic. Just ensure you log in and track your application. If you can't see anything, if you can't track your application, if there's nothing on the portal for you to track, then this is when you might want to contact the visa application center to let them know that you can't see anything on your end about your visa. Okay? Once you get your visa, you would also get a letter of where you will collect your BRP when you arrive in the UK. Your BRP is your biometric residency permit, is what allows you to stay, live and work in the UK. Before COVID-19, I literally had to go and bring my passport to check this. The BRP, you had to collect it within the first 30 days upon arrival. Because of COVID-19, because of the situation of things, this collection time has been extended to 90 days after arriving in the UK, so that you're not stressed about how would you get your BRP or your visa also expire and all of that. So you can see it. So mine was, you can see my visa here was valid from September to October. I had until the 3rd of October 2019 to get my BRP once I arrived in the UK. After that, I would have had issues. But for you guys coming in this time, you're gonna have 90 days to collect your BRP. And usually you collect your BRP from the post office, which will be in the letter. They'll tell you which post office or where you can get your BRP in the letter along with your visa details. Or sometimes if you can't find it at the post office, you can check in with your university. Sometimes your university can collect your BRP for you, so just ensure you check in with the post office or the university when you arrive. What else? I'm trying to ensure I say every single thing. Obviously, at the visa application centers, they don't take cash at the moment. Everything has to be done online or with a card. There's no cash payments, just saying that. And also, after you're done with your visa application, there's something called a courier service, which means if you can't come back to pick your passport and your visa, it will be sent to you to an address which you will give them. People that have used the courier service in my Telegram group, they said once the visa and the passport is ready, DHL will notify you within 24 to 48 hours that your stuff is ready and they'll be delivering it soon. And then usually the delivery takes 2 to 3 working days, okay? So if you want to use the delivery service afterwards, so like for them to send back your visa to you, just know it might take 2 to 3 working days if you're using the courier service. I really hope I'm answering major questions on this video, because trust me, it took me a lot of effort to gather all this information together, because this is like a lot to process, because things are very, very different right now. I think I have covered everything. If there's anything that is not clear to you, please, I want to say drop it down in the comment section, but the truth is it might take me a while to get around all of it. If you're not on the Telegram group, I would really advise you're there, because we discuss a lot of pressing issues there and it really helps. To join my Telegram group, you have to subscribe to my newsletter first of all. So I'll put the link to my newsletter in the description box below. Sign up, put your email there, and I'll send you the link to join the group, okay? I hope you found this video helpful. Really, I hope you found this video helpful, and I look forward to you coming to the UK. See me talking like say I'm the gatekeeper of the UK, but you get my point, don't you? In it. All right guys, talk to you soon.